You're gonna hear a symphony because I came up to the barn with a bag of Dojo's food, and so now they all think they're getting fed right now. It's a heck of a mess. And also we're gonna really put the $20 Amazon microphone to the test because it's winter and shit in Ohio. I thought my door was gonna break off when I got out of my truck earlier. But anyway, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. I just swallowed my spit wrong. Hang on, let me regroup. If you're not familiar with me, I have pet cows in southern Ohio, and so a lot of people are always curious because they are pets, they are friendly, a lot of them are related, all but like 4 of them were born and raised on this farm, and so I wanted to go through and kind of do like a roll call so that you could meet each cow, you know their names, and then you can also maybe learn a little bit about them. I'm going to tell you who's related to who, I will give you a little backstory, give you a little info, just kind of like a meet my cows, you know, so that you get the full effect, you can feel part of the herd, you know? I think there's gonna be a freaking nader. Jesus. But anyway, I'm gonna try to not blow away. And I'm gonna try to go in order of like oldest to youngest. That might get a little misconstrued just depending on what happens, but let's go ahead and get right into it. So first up we have Miss Ginger. She is my oldest gal, and she is the only lady that lived on the other farm because we moved in 07, and so she is the only one that came from that farm. She is about 20 years old. She's had plenty of babies on this farm, and she, as you guys know, lost little Larry this year, but she is doing fine. She has been able to really come out of that and grieve properly, but she doesn't act her age, doesn't look her age, and a beautiful gal. Now this is Red. She is 12, so she's my second oldest lady. I actually showed her as a freshman in high school. She usually throws me boys, but she had a little Phoenix this year laying right in front of her, who is an uber cutie. So yeah, great gal. She was actually out of one of our favorite and first cows named Brownie. I lost her right before I started posting my cattle on the internet, but she was beautiful. She was fantastic. She was one of our favorite cows of all time. And so we really love that we got to keep Brownie through having Red. Up next we have Blue. She is 11 years old. I showed her as a sophomore in high school, and she's always been a special girl. When she came into this world, her mom was exhausted because she actually got hip locked, which means she was dummy thick in the back end, and so we had to end up having a neighbor help us pull her out. And so Blue tore her mom up a little bit, and so we ended up cuddling in the barn the night she was born. And then you guys obviously know she is what gave me the lovely Snow, but we'll get to her later. Miss Izzy is actually next. She is 10 years old. I showed her as a junior in high school, and she has the wonky horn. She actually had to be dehorned as a smaller heifer when I showed her, and then a scur grew back, which is basically just like a deformity that happens sometimes when you dehorn them, but we left it because it doesn't harm anything. It gives her kind of character. She is actually out of one of our other favorites who, if you remember, her name was Betty White, and she actually died last year due to old age, but she's fantastic. She has a lot of calves that are similar to her, and she's got a couple daughters here on the farm. While I'm in the barn, before I go out into the mess that is the wind outside, let's talk about Salem. Now Salem is one of the only other girls that was bought. We got her from a local cattleman, and I actually showed her. She was super sweet. She's been a fantastic girl, so she doesn't really have any ties on the farm. I believe the only baby she's had were male. Leona right there is actually also out of Betty White, making her and Izzy half sisters. She is 5. Originally we thought she could have had characteristics of a downer cow because of her face shape and her not getting pregnant, but we had her tested. Ginger's getting up, ruining my shot. But we had her tested. She is actually completely fine and normal, and she's going to have a baby this year, so that's super freaking exciting. I have to go back into the wind. I literally feel like the poor news reporter that they send out when there's like a Mach 4 hurricane. I know that's not a real term, I don't think, but good God, that's what I feel like. I feel like the poor intern that like just started meteorology school or whatever, and they're like, you know what, Sarah? There's a level, there's a, I don't even know how they do hurricanes because we don't get them in Ohio, so there's an F4 tornado. Can you go cover that, like right at the eye, right at the heart of the storm? That's what I feel like going out in this wind. I hope to God the audio doesn't suck. You do not have to accompany me on every single farm activity that I do. I know you think you do, but you actually can stay in the safe barn. Yes, you can. A little bit of a speed round. Scarlet on the end, the red one, is out of Miss Ginger. She is 2. Next to her is Indigo, who is half sisters with Snow because she is also out of Blue. Miss Phoebe is 6 years old and out of Betty White, making her half sisters with Leona and Izzy. Miss Duberlicious right here is unknown out of who she's out of, but she is my dad's, and she's a great girl. She's one of the most beautifully looking profiled girls I have, and she had her daughter Maybelline over here that I will. There is Miss Copy Paste herself, Athena. She is 6 years old. She had Bo Peep 2 years ago, who is pregnant. That is Miss Maybelline, who is out of Doobie, and right there is Miss Frizzle, who is also out of Izzy. Here is another one of Athena's Copy and Paste, LaFonda, who is now 4 years old, and that is her beautiful baby Onyx right there. And then I think Olive is somewhere. She's right over here. So that's Olive, who is out of there's Olive, who is out of Athena this year, and then that is little Nora, who is out of Eleanor. Eleanor is about 5 years old, and she's 6, sorry, and she is also out of Izzy. I shit you not, this cat, she just doesn't, she's psycho. You're crazy, woman. You're absolutely unhinged. Okay, reporting to you live from the cow field. I pushed my glasses up that are not there because I'm actually wearing contacts today. I'm gonna go through and tell you whose calves are mine and whose cows are my dad's while I'm inside the barn so that I don't have that aggressive wind. And then I'm going to talk about the guys on the hill, probably not with them because you've already seen them, and I'm just gonna tell you who they are and fun facts about them as well because Lord have mercy, we're having a hurricane. But you know, what is a video without a little cute cow content? There's Miss Phoenix. Then we got little Onyx, Miss Little Olive, cute little Dora. They're all just hanging out together, super cute, just having a great time. Love the little babies. Hello, Miss LaFonda, how are you? Hi, cuties. Oh, Phoenix is gonna take a little pee real quick, hope you don't mind. But yeah, cute little babes. That's the 4 we have right now. All 4 girls, all 4 cute. All good and healthy. Okay, I'm in the barn to hopefully have some better audio and to, you know, not feel like I'm going to die. If you're wondering why I'm ever looking down, I did put it together for myself while I was thinking the other day. So if you're like, what is this bitch reading a script? No, I put my cow's information all together. Also, I'm sorry, but Doja is here. She's unhinged. So, going in the order that I have it, Ginger and Scarlet are my dad's, as well as Athena, LaFonda, Bo Peep, Olive, Onyx, Leona, Benny, Doobie and Maybelline, Phoebe, Rocco, Jolene, Conway, and Loretta, leaving my cows to being Red and Phoenix, Blue, Snow, and Indigo, Izzy, Eleanor, and Nora, and Miss Frizzle, and Oswald, and Salem. Those are my cows. Now you're probably like, how do you know whose cows are whose? It basically boils down to who bought them versus who didn't. I took out a small loan when I was 14 through the USDA or extension office, something like that, to where I could buy some cows of my own, and then it just went from there. So that's how it is. It's not just like a random draw. It's actually whose cows are whose. So sometimes people ask a lot of time, like, what are you gonna do with Conway and Loretta and blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, that boils down to my dad's decision because they are his cows. Now, the cows you did not see in this video because they are on the other side of the hill, but I've shown them in TikTok, y'all who know who I'm talking about. So Rocco and Jolene, if you guys don't remember, we actually bought them from New York. It was a super cool opportunity. Basically, there was a guy who was getting out of the show cow business. If y'all don't remember, he had 3. He had Rocco, he had Jolene, and then he had a cow, or well, she was a first calf heifer named Delilah, who wasn't supposed to be bred, and she was, and that's how she ended up passing, unfortunately. But we actually got contacted with him through Facebook, and we ended up being able to take them off his hands. Obviously, we paid him. My dad paid him for them, but it worked out super well. And so I always think it's so fun, because like they're from freaking New York. That's so cool. Rocco and Jolene are about 5 years old, and then she came pregnant. So Conway and Loretta were in her tummy when she came. She had her little twins last August, and so that makes Rocco and Jolene the only other 2 cows that weren't born and raised on this farm. And then obviously you guys know Oswald. He was my bottle baby. He's such a sweet little boy. He is 2 years old now. He was born in January of 2020, and basically his mother was a cow I had on the farm. Her name was Daphne, and she was in a show heifer. I think I showed her my senior year of high school, and she was a great gal. The only problem is she was terrible at abandoning her babies, and that is a very scary factor because if a mom abandons her babies, they could die because obviously they need their mother. Had I not stayed home that Sunday and went with my parents instead, Oswald wouldn't be here. So I sold her to another farm just because that was the second calf she had abandoned. But then also Benny is out of Betty White, the cow that used to obviously be here. And he is a bull that he just became friendly out of nowhere, and he's a good looking bull. The only issue is he's quite short, and so we're really concerned for if he's going to be able to breed the ladies he'll need to, because essentially what we would do is we would have him only breed Rocco's daughters. That way there's no inbreeding, because cattle will do that, unfortunately. And then another update I can give y'all is, hey, really quick, a lot of people, like I had said earlier, they always want to know, like, what are you going to do with Conway and Loretta? Conway and Loretta are unfortunately probably going to be sold for a couple reasons. One, we have absolutely not enough space for another bull here, so we will sell Conway as a shorthorn bull, and he will get used as a bull on another farm. And then Loretta, there is a like 75% chance she's a free martin, and being a free martin, she can be a harm to my boys, and I would have to constantly keep her separated, and that's incredibly difficult to do because I never want her to be alone. And it just comes down to space. So they are old enough to be weaned, and so they will probably get sold, because like I said, it is my dad's decision, not my own. And so that is what he will be doing with them. So just to give you guys a little heads up and update, I have tried to film this part 3 times. This is the culprit. Please stay down there, for the love of God. She keeps coming up here, which is fine. I love to give her pets. I would love to, but she just has a too much gene, and she must be a freaking Virgo. I don't know. But I'm going to go over really quick, just kind of explaining to you what cows are still to calve and everything, because I know that's another update that a lot of people want to know. So let's go ahead and go over that really quickly. So as you know, Ginger had Larry. He unfortunately didn't make it. And then Red had Phoenix. We had Eleanor have Nora. Then we had LaFonda have Onyx. And then Athena had Olive. Sorry, I just have to keep them all together. So who is still left to calve is the question. Blue and Phoebe, I say, will probably, speaking of Blue, she's literally walking in the barn. I think they're going to be the next. I'd say it might be another month though, honestly, but I'm very excited to see what kind of calves they end up having. But like I said, it could be another month. I don't want to get y'all too excited. Following them will be our 4 first-time heifers, which is Bo Peep, Maybelline, Scarlet, and then Leona is pregnant this year. She will probably be way later, because when we palpated, he only said that she was like 2 months along. So, you know, she gonna be a minute, but that's okay. And then obviously you guys know Izzy is still a bubble, because when the vet palpated, he was like, I'm pretty sure she's pregnant, but I can't tell, because apparently girls got a long vagina. So, and my vet's like 6'3". So like, I don't know how he didn't get up in there, but there would have been no way in heck that I would have been able to see. But yeah, that's who we're waiting on. That is who we are going to see calves out of next. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see. Blue's literally right in here with me. I can show you. She's right there. I'm really excited to see what kind of baby she throws, because it's gonna be so stinking cute. Doja. I chose violence. Super exciting. You literally, all you did was walk in front of my camera and it stopped recording. What kind of spell do you have, Doja Kitty? She's unhinged. But yeah, that kind of just gives you a sporadic update. I told you who all is going to have babies. I gave you a little bit of insight on every cow that's on our farm and who they belong to and what's going on there. Yeah, that's kind of what we do here. We just have pet cows. I sell some for show calves. We have to keep certain numbers lower just because of physical space. You can't overfeed the ground, because then you're not good to the environment. And obviously you need to make sure you have plenty of grazing ground for your cattle. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoy this video. I apologize if the audio was not fun to deal with, but I had to get a video filmed, and I can't help that Ohio weather just do be like this. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you can see all kinds of content that I post, whether it be cattle or just, you know, regular chaos. Excuse me, I'm gonna burp in between that. All the links are down below, and thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all in the next one.